Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. Today we have Kevin Fuela's new track, The Factory. Now, Kevin Fuela's tracks have always been amazing, but it's crazy to think, man, if I go back to the Triple Crown series, I thought that those tracks were just flat out phenomenal, right? And to see his progression from those to this even is absolutely insane. The dude can make a track. The dude is absolutely amazing at making tracks. And I'll tell you what, there's very few track creators nowadays that can texture the way that Fuela has texturing on this track. When I think of people like that, man, I think of like Kells, JV, Stone Rider, Hell Machine, you know, people like that, obviously. But there's a select handful of track creators that can texture the way these guys do, man. And they make it look so natural in the dirt. And it is actually kind of difficult to achieve, man. I mean, texturing on tracks is a whole skill in itself. But then to be able to do this good, it's just flat out amazing, man. I know texturing was one of the things when I started track creating. It's what brings the track to life, you know what I'm saying? And it was so hard for me to get, and I'm still not even that good at it yet, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna jump into track creating, just be aware that the masking that this guy does, or any of those names I mentioned, sorry if I forgot some, I know DA Mods is on that list as well, but if you're planning to get your texturing to look like this, it's going to take a lot of work. It is really going to take a lot of work. So I really enjoy the visuals on this track, man. And I noticed he did something that he has never done on any of his other tracks. I didn't read the description of the video, so my bad, Qin. But the lights, and they remind me a lot of Pastico's lights. So that's why I said I didn't read the description, because I don't know if he shouted out Pastico for helping him, but it looks a lot like what Pastico does with his lights. And I mean, just overall, absolutely amazing. The visuals, as always, are very, very good on this track. You know what I mean? You got the nighttime sky, you got the full moon, you got the lights, and it all just comes together. Now, for the first time in a while, I think the Fuela Farm was actually a fantasy track. I was going to say for the first time in a while, Qin actually did a fantasy style track as opposed to like a replica. But I guess Fuela Farms was his last release, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a fantasy track as well. The dude just cranked out so many replicas. I think he's just running out of ideas to go do. So, but I'm not disappointed in this track at all. At first, when I wrote it, I was like, man, I could overjump everything. You know what I mean? So I was thinking it was scaled too small. I actually had told Naswad that in VC. But then I played it some more and I realized it's not that it's scaled small, it's just more technical, you know what I mean? Which I love. Okay, so I love tracks that you need to have throttle control. You can't just be right trigger pinned all the way around the track, right? And I think I kind of got taken out of context on the video I did yesterday where I was talking about PCK and ARL and the Steezy tracks, right? The only reason why I called the PCK the right trigger simulator is because you have to be full throttle pinned all over to hit all the jumps, right? That's not the style of track that I like. And I think that, you know, as you get better at the game, which I'm still not very good, but as you get better at the game, you start to appreciate the throttle control and, you know, okay, I need to be in second gear for this jump or third gear for this jump, you know. So tracks that have jumps that you hit at different speeds are my favorite tracks. You know what I mean? Like, I just absolutely love the way they ride, man. And I try to implement that into my tracks, and it honestly, it gets taken way too far with some people. That's like, oh, you could overjump everything and it's made for a 250. It's like, yeah, if you want to pin it and ride everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to trash PCK's tracks by saying that. PCK, they do a great job on their tracks. The quality is very good, and they're only $1. You know what I mean? So if you like PCK tracks, you know, that's awesome. That's a good thing. There's definitely a lot of people that will like that. I just like the tracks that have a little bit more of a technical side to them, being tracks like this. So this track, absolutely stunning. I love the different variations and jumps, and there's a lot of blind jumps on this track. Like, there's a lot of jumps where you don't know where you're going until you're leaving the face of the jump. So it literally takes you a couple laps to kind of memorize the track, and then you'll understand, like, okay, I need to angle this way when I'm jumping, or I need to angle this way when I'm jumping. So it's just so fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And I didn't even mention it. It's available on the shop right now. It dropped yesterday. It's $2, but it's totally worth it. It also has a Supercross track on it, so you're not just getting this motocross track. Matter of fact, we're going to go over and we're going to go check out this Supercross track right now. I have not done any laps on this. I just looked around and I can kind of see where it's going. So if we're butchering this, I am sorry, Kewen. Not trying to, my guy. But I would highly recommend you guys to go pick this track up. I mean, I don't think I've played a Kewen track that I don't like. You know what I mean? But he is, another thing that he's getting really good at is his roughness. Like, doing the roughness is actually super underrated. Like, it's not extremely easy to do. Like, making roughness on a track and making it feel like it's supposed to be there is very difficult. I mean, there's a lot of tracks where the roughness is too close together and your bike just kind of does some funky stuff, you know what I'm saying? So overall, man, 10 out of 10, man. Fuela killed it, and he's doing big things. You can definitely tell, man. You can definitely tell. Now, on another subject, based on the feedback that I got from Kells and Quest, I actually ordered a 24-inch artist tablet. It's like the size of a monitor. So hopefully my texturing gets better here soon, because I'm planning on putting this thing to work. I'm legit gonna put this thing to work and run it through its paces, and Kells is gonna help me. So shout out to Kells, shout out to Quest. I appreciate you guys very much, man. But definitely go pick this track up. It's on the shop right now. Like I said, $2, totally worth it, as I just flat out butcher the Supercross. So I'm gonna save myself the embarrassment of riding this thing any longer. And you guys just make sure you go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you join that Discord, because I waited to the end to announce it, but we have 3 giveaways live. 5 people will be getting $10. 20 people will be getting a copy of MXM Raceway, and 20 people will be getting a copy of Riverview Motocross Park by Checkers. So make sure you join the Discord. You don't want to miss out, man. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay up. Peace.